Good morning, my beautiful Gemini. So we are here for our general reading for the second week of February, which starts today, I believe, the 8th through the 15th. And we are doing a general reading, so please do remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And remember, time is fluid and gender is neutral. Also, if you do resonate with this reading at all, please do remember to like, subscribe, and share all those good things, please. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and hopefully everything will line up for you here. Let's see. So we will get started with a past, present, future card here and kind of see what we're looking at. Alrighty. So we have, it looks like the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse, rather, and the Five of Wands in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse. What are reversals here? And the Six of Swords in reverse. So, just initial look here at these, my thoughts. The Four of Swords in reverse tells me that you haven't really been resting and reflecting and rejuvenating. You've been going hard at things. You've been really, whatever you've been doing, you've been pouring your all into it. So, you know, it's something where, you know, it could be from the holidays. It could be that you're just overworked right now, but whatever it is, you know, you're doing great because you have an Ace of Cups here. So your cup literally runneth over. I mean, that tells me that whatever you're doing, you're not worn down quite yet because you're able to balance it and do well with it. It's not affecting your relationships negatively. It's not, you know, affecting you personally negatively. It looks like so far, everything seems to be doing really well for you. So it's paying off at this point. Going into the current state here, it looks like we have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. And so these are both cards of, like, you know, choices, confusion, kind of unsettling times, but they're both in reverse. So again, I feel like what you're doing, even though you're going at it, you know, you're going at it and it's working for you. You know, it doesn't seem like you're having any, at this point anyway, from what I can see, I see it smooth sailing. It looks like it's, you know, you're not having to change courses too much here. You're not having to have any discord or friction right now with any of this, or your relationships, or your, you know, coworkers, your friends, your family, your anything. Everything seems to be, you know, all of those negatives are reversed. It feels like you're kind of keeping everything in check. So, I mean, everything here is looking like you're handling it. You're handling it like beautifully, much better than I could. And then it looks like the Page of Cups is in reverse. And, you know, typically the Page of Cups is considered like an immature or younger figure. And that could just be your energy right there. And it's just showing that you are growing through this. This could be something that it's you know, you're working hard. You are establishing yourself. Maybe this is something where you are starting a new business. You are starting a new job. You are taking over a group. You could be a new parent. You could be anything that you're doing. Whatever it is that you're doing it very well. You're doing it smoothly, and you're doing it with a lot of maturity is how I'm reading this. So you're learning through it, you're growing through it, and you're doing really well at it. And then you have your Six of Swords, but it's flipped again, it's in reverse. So typically that's something where you're trying to get away from a negative energy, you know, something that, you know, where you've had this discord of the Five of Wands. You know, your Seven of Swords is kind of your Six of Swords is rather like, okay, I need to get to a safer place. I've got to break out of this. This kind of discourse is not good for me. I need to go. But this is the opposite. This is saying, no, I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to stay right here because I'm doing really well. Every single thing about this is telling me that, at least so far from what I can see, and of course we're going to get clarifiers, but it really does look like you are trucking along, and I see that you are growing and doing well with that. So let me go ahead and get some clarifiers, please, Spirit, on this Ace of Cups and Four of Swords in reverse, please. Gemini is doing it. Doing the things here. Lots of things. Smoothly. I need some tips. All right, so it looks like the Empress in reverse, and I feel like that's just going along with that. The Empress is a strong energy. I feel like you still have that energy in you, obviously, but the Empress is one who is kind of sitting and resting, watching everything kind of transpire around her. You know, I mean, things are growing around her, things are going on around her. She's kind of, you know, she's surveying the domain, but she's not super overly active right there, you know, if you can see. And I don't feel like that's you here at all. That's why it's in reverse. I mean, that goes perfectly along with that. I feel like you are hands-on. You're being very hands-on with whatever it is you're doing, you know, in your relationships, in your family right now. Could be in your job. You could be volunteering. You could be working at, you know, helping out at your schools. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're very hands-on right now, and you're really motivated. You know, I just see that you are really growing with this and learning with this process, and you're really maturing through this process too. So, and it looks like so far everything looks really smooth. I don't see that you're having to make a lot of changes, not a lot of upheavals, upsets, frictions, nothing like that is happening for you. So you're balancing it beautifully. You know, so I think that's a great thing. Let's see if we can get some clarifiers on this as well. The Star card, I mean, I mean, you're literally a star here. I mean, you know, it's like you're able to really balance the energy here, and just you know, you're pouring water here, you're pouring water there, you're keeping everybody happy. You know, you're the star of your own show right now, literally. I mean, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it, because it seems to be really, I mean, your cup is running over with your Ace of Cups. You know, you're super active. You know, if it's an organization that you're part of, whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're plugging away at, whatever you're working on, whatever you're involved with, I don't care if it's, like I said, you're a new parent, your parenting skills seem to be on point. You know, if you're volunteering, your volunteering skills are on point. If you're working right now, your working is seamless right now. You know, if it's a new class you're taking, I mean, everything just seems to be really working out right now for you, and you're able to balance it. You're able to, you know, really handle everything that you need to do. So far, everything is looking fantastic. I mean, I hopefully it'll continue that way. It looks great. Can we get one more clarification card on this Star? I'm just really interested to see what it is maybe that we're working on here, or what are we going through here? Let's see. All right, so we've got the Fool, and I feel like this is just something where, you know, normally I would think that the Fool, normally when I look at the Fool, I think, you know, that you're being a little bit lax in your caution, that you're just, you know, you need to pull back, you need to stop. I mean, that could be a potential here, because it's always possible that when things are going so well, that you could burn out. You know, there's always that possibility that your Star, if you're pouring out too much of yourself, pouring too much of yourself into things, eventually you could burn out. That is always a possibility. But for some reason, I just don't see that with you right now. I feel more like this is this is a card of happy-go-lucky, that whatever you do, you're just doing it because you enjoy it. You really, truly enjoy it. And, you know, it's like, you know, you're just headstrong, you're going at it, and you're enjoying it though. So it's like, you know, if you lose it, if it ends, whatever it is you're doing, if it's a relationship, if it's, you know, a voluntary position, or, you know, some sort of thing you're doing to help out somewhere, or, you know, anything that you're doing, and you're like, you know what, I don't really care if I lose it, because I'm just enjoying it so much right now. I'm just going to take it for what it is. I'm going to enjoy it while I can. And if it ends, it ends. I'm okay with that, because I'm enjoying it so much right now. And you know, it's a lesson learned, if I, you know, what have you, because one of those kind of things, like, it's better to have loved than lost than never to have loved at all. That's kind of your mentality with whatever it is that you're doing. That, I feel, is what I see more so, but take it how it resonates. If that's not how you feel about it, you know, obviously if you're a parent, and it's a new parenting situation, and you're just, you know, you're really killing it as a new parent, you know, don't take that as if this ends. Please. That doesn't resonate with you. That may just be more so, you know, don't burn yourself out. Get help. Get grandma and grandpa to help, aunts and uncles to help, whomever you can get to help, because that is a tough job. And, you know, or if it's work, you know, things like that, anything that you really could possibly burn out, those kinds of things, then that may be where that resonates with you. And that may be where you need to take that as an applicable warning, that, you know, you're pouring it out two ways. You're burning the candle at both ends, essentially. And, you know, if you keep going like this, you're going to fall off the cliff, because you're just going to be too exhausted. And, you know, so that could very well be how that resonates with you. But for a lot of you, I just feel like you're enjoying this. You're enjoying this ride. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're going through and enjoying, you're killing it and you're enjoying it. And that's great. So let's get some more clarification over here on this Page of Cups in reverse and this Six of Swords in reverse, please. All right, so we've got the Five of Cups in reverse. So again, you know, the Five of Cups is a relationship, you know, where you feel like there's friction, you feel like you've got decisions to make, or things aren't exactly sitting well with you in your relationships, but it's in reverse. So to me, it feels like, you know, you're feeling like you're building those relationships, you know, instead of sailing away, you're taking that strength to come to relationships. You know, this is in reverse. Instead of the cups knocked over, you know, you want to fill those up, and you've got that Ace of Cups energy over here to do that. So I feel like, again, that, you know, you're still moving forward, and you're still doing it well. You know, it's not affecting you in a negative way in any way that I can see. I don't see whatever it is that you're doing. Again, if this is a relationship, if this is a partnership, if this is a job, if this is a, you know, whatever you have really poured yourself into recently, whatever you really focused yourself on. This could be something that you had on your New Year's resolution, and you've decided, I'm really working at this. If it's going to the gym, if it's, you know, it could be a personal growth thing. You know, if this is focusing on your diet, you know, if this is, you know, focusing on, you know, living a healthier lifestyle, if it's focusing on, you know, making more money, whatever it is personally, or even externally, you know, with relationships, things like that, whatever is you've been pouring yourself into. I don't see that there's anything negative involved with it. I mean, I'm not getting that energy that there's anything thus far anyway that's saying, you know, you have to stop. You really, really have to. You know, this is bad, or, you know, there's a negative energy that's looming over you in any way. I don't see any of that right now. So can we get some more clarification on this Five of Cups in reverse, please? So the Hierophant in reverse. Everything in this whole last row is in reverse. And the Hierophant, I feel like, is, you know, it's more of like an internal spiritual card. And, you know, I feel like this is just saying that it's not an inward thing. We're probably dealing with an outward thing. This is probably something that, you know, this isn't something inward, it's probably something outward. It's your relationship with somebody else. It's your interaction with work. It's your, what you're doing for somebody, or with a group, or at a job, or taking care of somebody or something. Or, so I don't, you know, I don't necessarily think that, you know, this is really, I'm not really getting that this is something that is, you know, and again, this is like a moral type of thing to me too. And I don't feel like that you have any moral dilemma with anything you're doing either. I feel like everything you're doing is a good thing. It's a star energy with the Ace of Cups energy. I mean, these are your upright cards that are positive, and everything else is, you know, so I don't feel like we have anything major negative here. The Hierophant in reverse card is the only one that kind of makes me wonder if you're kind of internally questioning yourself about something, about whether you need to continue down the path that you're continuing. And that could be something as simple as, like, you know, am I neglecting one part of my life because I'm pouring so much into this other? Am I neglecting myself? Am I neglecting my self-care because I'm so busy caring for others, or doing work for others, or taking care of this or that? You know, if you're working too much, you can't care for your family as much. If you're taking care of a newborn, you can't take care of yourself as much. If you're too busy volunteering, you may be neglecting yourself or your family. You know, you have to practice a balance of everything. And so this may be, you know, where you're questioning something there, as far as internally questioning. That's the only thing that I'm kind of getting from that, is maybe you're starting to think, okay, well, you know, I've been going at this for quite a while now. It's not really caused any problems, but, you know, I'm starting to feel, maybe just personally, I'm starting to feel a little bit drained, or maybe some personal guilt that I'm not giving enough attention to other areas of my life. Can we get one more clarifier on that, please? And that's the Ace of Swords in reverse. So, you know, I feel like, to me, that's telling me that, you know, with your questioning that, you know, you have full authority. You have full authority over what you do, full authority over your life. But this, to me, is kind of tying back into maybe this Fool, and the warning here, possibility. This could be for some of you. Obviously, this only resonates with some of you, of course. But it could be that, you know, it's saying that you've got all this energy. We know it. We see it. You can make things happen. You can do it flawlessly. You've proven to yourself what you wanted to prove, that you can make things happen flawlessly, that you can move mountains. You know, you can take that club, that organization, make it run flawlessly. You can make that job smooth as silk. You can make a household run like that. You can take a relationship and balance it like that. But eventually, everybody kind of has a point where they're like, okay, I'm pouring too much of myself out into this. I need to put the sword down, literally, and that's why it's in reverse. I have that energy. I know that I have the energy to do it. I know that I have the authority to do it. I've seen it and I've done it. I've proven that to myself and everyone else around me now. But I've, at this point, I'm starting to feel like maybe I need to, for my own well-being or for certain people or relationships around me, that I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty about maybe not having as much time for, or maybe not having as much time for my own self-care, that I need to, put my sword down, quite literally, put down just step away from it quite so much before I step off the cliff and really burn out, and my star burns out. So this could be, and this could be tying back into this 5 of Cups in reverse. With the 5 of Cups in reverse, you have half the cups down and half the cups up. So really, you may be kind of contemplating. It could be a contemplation that maybe where you are kind of like some people in your inner circle, your relationships are feeling, or you feel like they're feeling. Maybe they don't even say anything about it. Maybe they don't, it's not a problem for them, but you personally, internally, with the Hierophant card, are feeling like, maybe you need to be paying more attention to them and less to all these things that you are working on. And so it's time for you to just kind of take a step away. You have this energy, you have this power, but you don't necessarily need to keep using it until you burn out. So I'm going to take a look at 3 cards out of here. We'll pull and we'll take these straight up. We won't do these in reversal. Just kind of get some going forward energy here, please, Spirit, for our lovely Gemini, if we can. Some going forward, please, Spirit, energy. And I think always just remember self-care is of utmost importance too. If you can't care for yourself, you can't care for anyone. And, it's always great to be on the ball and prove to yourself that you can do things. But if it's really wearing you down, well, it may not be worth it in the end. So here I have the Page of Swords. And I think, again, that's just, that's just something where, you have movement. I feel like this ties into your Ace of Swords, that you're just moving away with this. You're taking your sword energy and you're kind of moving away from what you've been doing, kind of moving away from it. That's what I think. The Page of Swords is looking back because they're wanting to go back to kind of like before all of this was the main focus of your life. You've really enjoyed it. It's not something you haven't enjoyed, you've loved it. But you're kind of, you need to just step away. That doesn't mean stop. We're not saying stop. You still have the energy there. You still have all of this, but, we're just saying take a step back, to balance a little bit more. Work-life balance, whatever this work is for you. And then you have the 3 of Cups. And again, I think this is just saying, you know what, focus more on your relationships, your family, your work-life balance. This is cooperation. So, if you need help with something, get the help. It's okay to delegate right now. Delegate. You know what? You've proven already 1,000 times over that you can do the job seamlessly, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's voluntary work. I don't care if you were running a club. I don't care if you were the head of the phone chain at school. Whatever it was you were doing, you were the top. You were doing it seamlessly. But now it's okay to delegate this to somebody else so that you have time for yourself and those around you. And this is the 6 of Swords. So this time, with it being that we take these right side up, Spirit reads that. Spirit knows that this is saying, this time we're going to move away. We are going to go to you know, a more relaxing place, because, you know, it's gotten a little hectic for us. We've, you know, it's kind of gotten a little hectic. We're just, you know, we're a little bit tired now. And every human being is going to get tired. Doesn't matter how much you love your job. Doesn't matter how much you love what you're doing. I don't care how much you love anything. I mean, you can get tired of Disneyland, which they call the happiest place on earth. You're going to get tired of it if you do it too much for too long. So, you know, I think that's just moving away to a place where you feel a little bit of inner peace. So, pull 3 of these cards here for general advice, and hopefully they'll resonate with you as well, my lovely Gemini. Alrighty, here. So we have words of abundance, and I think, you know, with this, it's just saying that you can manifest abundance. We know that you have that power. You have the power to manifest anything you want. You have the power to do anything you want and do it seamlessly. But you know that, and the fact that you know that, the fact that you know you could always go back and, you know, really kick it into overdrive at any time you wanted and make a successful go of it, that's peace to you. That's comfort to you, to know that you have that ability, but you don't need to always use it. So, quiet retreat. And I think that's exactly where you're headed. You're headed on your boat here to quiet retreat because, you know, you've set out to do what you've proven, what you set out to prove. That, you know, whatever it is, and you've done a great job at it, and you have really kicked butt and taken names, but you need a little break for yourself. You know, even if it's just taking a sabbatical, a vacation, just delegating some of the responsibilities to someone else, asking for some help from some family members for something, just so you can have some time for you and the things, the people that you enjoy outside of what you've been doing so much. And focus on your priorities. Again, that's the same exact thing. First of all, you should be your priority, because self-love and help, you can't help anybody else if you don't help yourself. And again, focus on those priorities, because obviously, you know, I think that's where you were internally, you know, contemplating over here with the Hierophant card. You know, you were starting to think, you know, about that. And the 5 of Cups, you were thinking, you know, am I neglecting people? Am I spreading myself too thin? Am I not putting all my focus on the right place? You know I'm killing it over here, but is that really where I need to be killing it? Or should I be focused more on this, which is really my main goal? You know, so just determine what your priorities are, you know, and you'll be fine, because it's obvious you can do anything you put your mind to. It's obvious, and you do it seamlessly, and you are amazing at it. So I hope this was a good reading for you, and I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, comment, and let me know if it resonated with you. I'd love to hear if it did. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week, and hopefully I will be getting some love readings up before Valentine's Day, so please do come back for those. Hope to see you soon. Have a great week, Gemini.